What's up guys, welcome to 𝗀𝗧𝗘𝗘. Today we're going to be making a motivational type beat. If you do end up enjoying the video, make sure you do hit that sub button and turn post notifications on because it helps out a lot. With that being said, let's get started. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we have a few sounds here and I'll go through them as we make the melody. So we're going to you can use major or minor, but I think for this, we can use a D minor because that'll go well with the 808 that I have, and you got to pay attention to that because sometimes your 808 may not sound good in a low key. So we're gonna use this one, and I think we'll use the piano first and then we'll transfer sounds over. So what we need to do is just make some chords here. I don't plan on making this super complex because it doesn't really need to be for something like this. So let's just start on the root, and I'm gonna stretch this out so it's rappable, because that is the easiest way to kind of get a I guess rappable melody or beat, is just to kind of stretch everything out rather than try to squish it down, because you'll have to do a lot more work. So what we can do is make a chord upwards from here, backwards, and then we can add a +1 and then just spread these notes across. So for me, usually I kind of like this, I like it to go up and then drop down. So we can drop it down. Actually, let's try this. Let's try something like this, actually. Try that. Okay, so I think what I'm gonna do is take this. Okay, you can try your own patterns. I was gonna do this, but I felt like that would be way too happy. Okay, and then from here, let's copy this up like this, and let's just leave it how it is. If you want to add more, you can, but I think we can. Let's add like another note here. Okay, and then we can copy this to, let's do this sound. It's the name of the sound. Okay, that all works out. So let's go ahead and make a melody with this piano sound we just had. All right, so we're gonna be using this for our melody. So this is the preset. Okay, so we're gonna copy this here, and then let's just zoom in. We can delete this because we can just copy it over later. Let's zoom in, and then we're just gonna shorten these up, probably like leave them at like a bar. So we don't want these to linger too much, right? We want this to sound more like a melody, and we can pull these down. Let's see, right? We get a little bit of bass in there. Okay, so now what we can do is I'm gonna just take this and make this real easy, and we can just make a melody. So we have this range, right? So I'm gonna just throw these in here to show you. We just have, and you can kind of use all these notes. All right, so we want to build a not too repetitive melody, so we're gonna use off the grid, on the grid. So you can pick a note. I'm just kind of using those together. Okay, and then you can edit the velocity of some of these. I mean, not the velocity, but the length. And we can copy this over and then just make slight variations as we go through. So what I would do, right, throughout this part, so we don't want this to be too repetitive. So on this part, you can add, so you can complete the chord. Right, you can kind of work backwards. It's up to you. So you can make a chord from this note. Right, you can use these notes here, and let's do 1/4 so we can get some different rhythms. Keep them a little bit shorter. Okay, let's copy this over. We're just slowly building it. And then over here, we can just kind of change one of the notes. Now, what I like to do to keep it easy is just literally, let's pull that up, right? And it all comes full circle, just so it's higher and it sounds like it's a different part. So let's try it. Right, and that just that one note change works. So over here, I'm gonna just take this mid section and just delete it, and then we could just have okay, so that is our melody. So now let's move on to our next sound. All right, so next up we have, like, I guess this can be our counter. It's kind of like an airy whistle sound. So what we're gonna do to make this easy, take this and we just want to follow the harmony. So you see this A here. Usually with your counter, you probably put it in the space that's empty. So we can try to put ours somewhere in these areas. So we can start with A. And I'm just listening to where I want to put this. All right, so do something like this. And let's just put it in the same spot to change this up. See what that sounds like. And we probably want to pull these up and then just. And I'm gonna pull these back slightly so they hit on time. And then let's copy this. And we can give it some space, right? I like doing stuff like that where you don't really have to repeat it the whole time. Like you can play around with the empty space too. And then let's take this and okay, I like that. So we're done with the melody now. So now we can go ahead and get into the drums. Now we're gonna move on to the 808. So this should be pretty easy, right? Just pretty simple stuff. We copy this, paste it here, pull it up an octave, and then now what we have to do is Shift D just to make them smaller. And then we just play around with the octave, and you can just kind of, you know, do your little own thing. If you want to do like slides and stuff like that, you can. Why is this not playing? I think that's pretty good. I probably should. Nah, I think we can keep it at this same octave. And then over here, we just add some slight, you know, variation. We add the same pattern, but over here. Then we can hear it with this. Okay, so we have enough energy, so we don't need to change anything. So now we're gonna add our drums. All right, so we're gonna do our drums, and I don't think this, like something like this, needs a whole bunch of complexity with the drums. I think simple is better for this because it's kind of slower. So I'm gonna just go ahead and I'm gonna try to keep it real time if I can. Just kind of edit these. Okay, I think that's good. I think if we just set the next bar and then we can play the whole thing. And yeah, and of course we would need to mix it and add, you know, effects and stuff, but I think it's fine the way it is. Let's play the whole thing all the way through, and I'll just show the melody. Just go through the sounds. Alright, and that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.